Welcome to another episode of the Kingdom First podcast, and it's been a while. I have no idea what episode we're on, but I'm excited to be back. We're going to be continuing the Kingdom First podcast series, and I'm excited for everybody that listens to this exact episode. And we are going to jump right into it as soon as I get my stuff pulled up. I am not a professional, if you guys can't tell. Let's see, everybody jumping on the live, drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. Where is my actual page that I need to be on? Dun, dun, dun. Where are you guys tuning in from? What's up, Amanda? We got some clients in here. Boom. All right, let's jump in. I got to rerun all that back so I can actually edit that for the podcast because that was horrible. Welcome back to another episode of the Kingdom First podcast. I have no idea what episode we're on, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be talking about a lot of wisdom to help you transform. And today's podcast episode is all about Christian women 45 plus. Okay, you took care of everybody else, and now it's time to take care of you. And I want to speak specifically today to the woman who has spent the last 20, 30 years taking care of everybody except themselves. Okay, you've raised kids, you've built a career, you took care of the house, you supported your husband, you served at church, you showed up whenever anybody needed you, right? And somewhere along the way, you stopped showing up for yourself. Now, maybe you're looking in the mirror right now thinking, how did I get here? Your clothes don't fit like they used to. Your energy isn't what it used to be. And losing weight now seems way harder than it was 10 or 20 years ago. You don't feel as strong. And maybe you've even started telling yourself, well, I'm just getting older. I guess this is just what happens. And if that's you, I need you to hear me today. Getting older is inevitable, but giving up on your health isn't. And taking care of yourself does not make you selfish. If God has given you a body through which you love your family, serve other people, work, worship, travel, play with your grandchildren, and fulfill the calling He has placed upon your life, then taking care of that body matters. And today I'm going to show you why so many women struggle with their health after 45, what actually needs to change, and exactly how we approach fixing it with the women we coach in Kingdom First. Problem number one, I know what to do, I just can't stick to it. This is one of the biggest things I hear every week. I just need more discipline. Like, let's think about that for a second. You're telling me the woman who raised children, maintained a household, built a career, took care of parents, showed up for everybody else, and handled 47 things before breakfast has no discipline? No, you have discipline. You just spent decades directing it towards everybody else. And now when it comes time for your own personal health, you're trying to survive on whatever energy is left. That's why I don't believe most women need another motivational speech. You need a system. You need to know, what am I eating today? How much should I be eating? When am I training? What should I actually do when I train? And what happens when I travel? What happens when my husband wants to go to dinner? What happens when work gets crazy? What happens when the scale doesn't move? Because that's when motivation disappears. But a system still works when motivation doesn't. Comment me down below if you're on the live and you've ever said this. I know what to do, I just don't do it consistently. Let me see some comments. Comment me if you've ever said that. I know what to do, I just don't do it consistently. This is one of the things I hear every single week with people I speak to, guys. Every week, okay? Problem number two, okay? You're trying to lose weight the same way you did at 25 years old. And here's where a lot of women get super frustrated. The body and life you have at 45, 50, 55, or even 60 aren't the same ones you had at 25 years old. Okay. Shout out to Jamie. She says, that's changed since I joined. Jamie is one of our rock star clients. Okay. Guys, your lifestyle has changed. Your activity may have changed. Your muscle mass may have changed. Your recovery may have changed. And your responsibilities definitely changed. So why are you still trying to use the same strategy, which is this? You try to eat almost nothing. do a bunch of cardio, lose some weight, fall off, gain it back, repeat. Guys, anybody that's in my coaching community, I genuinely don't care about how much you weigh, right? Shout out to Amanda. Mine has changed too since I've been part of the community. Amanda is another Rockstar client of ours, okay? Guys, I don't care about how much you weigh. I really don't. I could freaking care less. Do not care at all. Like, my goal as a coach is not just to make you lighter. I want you stronger, okay? Because maintaining muscle and strength becomes incredibly important as we age. And that's why strength training is such a huge part of what we teach. You shouldn't be training to punish yourself for what you ate yesterday. You're training because you're building a body capable of carrying you through the next several decades of your life. Guys, I want you traveling. I want you playing with your grandchildren, carrying groceries, getting off the floor easily, walking up the stairs without getting winded, living independently, serving your family, serving your church, serving the calling God has placed upon your life. Guys, we are not at Kingdom First, okay? Our coaching company, okay? We are not just training for a smaller pair of jeans, okay? We are training for your future, okay? That's what we're doing here. And that is so important to me, guys. I talked to a lady yesterday who told me she could not get up and down off the floor. She's in her late 50s. And it broke my heart. Because I'm like, that is not a product of getting old. That's a product of not taking care of yourself, guys. Right? We have women in our community, guys, training for a 28-mile ruck right now, and they're in their 60s. Carol Morse in her 60s training for a marathon right now, right? Now, we don't make people do that. I'm sharing that with you guys to highlight what you can actually do with your body. It's insane, right? It's so crazy. So please hear me when I say that. Like, this is about, like, not using the excuse of, like, I'm just too old, okay? Here's problem number 3. You think fat loss means eating less and less. And honestly, this drives me crazy, okay? If a woman wants to lose weight, what does she do? Skips breakfast, has a tiny salad for lunch, and you try to be good all day. Then 8:30 at night comes around, and you're standing in the kitchen eating things you never planned on eating. Then you feel guilty. So tomorrow, you restrict even harder. And this cycle repeats and repeats, okay? We don't fix that with more shame, guys. We fix that with strategy. Like, I want our clients eating real food, protein, fruit, vegetables, high fiber carbohydrates, potatoes, lean meats, Greek yogurt, eggs, foods they actually enjoy, okay? And yes, dietary fats. And yes, you can go to restaurants. And yes, you can enjoy birthdays. And yes, you can have dessert sometimes. The goal of stewarding your body is not how little food can I survive on, right? Here's the better question. How can I build my nutrition so I'm eating satisfying meals while still progressing toward my goal, okay? And that's an entirely different relationship with nutrition. And that's exactly what we teach. Problem number 4. Oh, this is a big one. The all or nothing mindset. Okay. Here's another one. You eat perfectly Monday through Thursday. Friday rolls around. You go out to dinner. You eat something that wasn't on the plan. And immediately you say, well, I already messed up. Already blew it. Then Friday night becomes Saturday. Saturday becomes Sunday. And then Sunday night you tell yourself, I'll start again on Monday. Hey, listen to me real quick. Please hear me. One meal did not ruin your progress. The story you told yourself after that meal is what ruined your progress. Like, imagine getting one flat tire and saying, well, one tire's flat. I might as well slash the other 3. How ridiculous is that? Like, you would never do that. If you got a flat tire on the side of the road, you would not jump out of the car and be like, well, already got one. I might as well slash the other 3. But that's what you're doing with your nutrition. You don't need perfection. Okay? You need the ability to make the next good decision. Not Monday, not January, not after vacation, the next decision. Okay. Did you have a big dinner? Cool. Eat a normal breakfast tomorrow. Did you miss a workout on Tuesday? Cool. Workout on Wednesday. The women who transform are not the women who never screw up. They are the women who recover quickly and make the next best decision. Problem number 5, and this is specifically to the Christian moms out there, okay? Some of you have almost turned neglecting yourself into some weird virtue, okay? Everybody eats before you, everybody's schedule matters before yours, everybody gets taken care of before you, and somewhere along the way, you started believing that taking care of yourself was selfish. And I couldn't disagree more. There is a difference between selfishness and stewardship. Your health is not your idol. Your appearance is not your identity. But neglecting yourself definitely is not holiness either, okay? You can love Jesus deeply and exercise. You can serve your family and prepare your meals. You can care about other people and still protect your time. You can be an incredible mother and say, my health matters too. And there's something deeply personal about this to me, guys. I watched my own mom struggle with her health until I lost her. Okay. As a son, I can tell you this right now. Your kids do not need you to sacrifice their health for them. Your kids want you here. I would have done anything to see my mom happy, healthy, and strong. I tried, it was probably 10 years. I watched her health just continues to go downhill for like 10 years. I remember I tried everything, guys. I was aggressive. I tried yelling, and I'm not saying that's right. I'm just being honest with you about this process. I tried telling her that she didn't care about us as kids because she wouldn't put herself first. I tried loving on her and being gentle. I tried encouraging her. I tried everything, guys, to get my mom to take care of her health. Everything, right? Would talk to her about, what to get at the grocery store, help her. And she would get on these weird little spurts where she would get excited, right? She would get really excited about I got some good stuff at the store today, and it would last a day or two. And then I would get frustrated at her because I wanted so deeply and so badly to see her take care of her health. I can't even put it into words. And that's why I got so frustrated over the years trying to help her, to the point where it just I was kind of whatever, I gave up. And as a kid who, quite literally watched my mom die a slow death because she did not prioritize her health and fitness. She did not prioritize her own mental health. She did not prioritize her own emotional health. She did not prioritize her spiritual health. I'm going to tell you what my mom did do. As a kid, she did make sure we were always fed. She cleaned the house. She did all of our laundry. She was a great mom, dude, until her health really started going downhill. And then everything else started going downhill as well. So please take it from me. Okay. Take it from a son. I'm 31 years old. Okay. My mom died last year. So from the time I was about 18 to 20, I wrestled with my mom about her health and fitness. Take it from a son, okay? Not from your friends, not from your peers. Take it from a son who watched their mom slowly die. I would have given anything to see my mom healthy. Anything. To see her be able to walk up and down stairs. I would have given anything to see her fall and not have to call the ambulance to get up off the floor. I remember my mom, before my mom passed, she was sarcopenic, man. She was so fragile. She was brittle. She would fall and just be bruised and banged up. And you think about, 70, 80, 90-year-old people that happened to. My mom was in her late 40s and early 50s when that was happening. Man, and I think about how much differently her life could have looked if at 30, 40 years old, even 50 years old, she could have started doing some exercise. Man, I even brought her into my gym. she came for a couple of days and, would once again get kind of motivated and then just kind of fall back in this vicious cycle of not taking care of ourselves. This is why all this is so important to me. It's funny. I get this awesome opportunity to speak to moms all over the country. And yesterday, like that one broke my heart. This lady, she told me she could barely get up and down off the floor. She had 14 grandkids. And here's the thing, guys. If you jump on a call with me to join our community, I can tell you one thing that we're going to do. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to pray. We're going to pray. Okay. And it is my prayer that this podcast, that this live, it reaches one mom out there who have continuously put themselves on the back burner. Right. This isn't some sales pitch. Okay. I believe in what we do wholeheartedly. Like, I know at Kingdom First, we can come alongside these moms and help change their life. We have, Jamie Deason's one. I'll never forget Jamie Deason's first call. I really won't. I'll never forget it. Jamie Deason's first call, when we got on the call, like, she almost didn't sign up because of the financial investment. Because there was I don't know. It's like, I got kids, and by the grace of God and her husband, she ended up making the investment. And Jamie is one of our best transformations in our entire community. She is shape-shifted, right, into this person that's deep down inside of her, So I know what we do works. And I talk to these moms and all these problems that I walk through with people. They're like, how are you in my head? Because I've watched my mom go through this. And if I'm just being honest with you guys, I've just committed Kingdom First to serving this demographic, right? Because watching my mom deteriorate like that, that is what Kingdom First, we're committed to that. Because God continuously sends me these moms that need help, right? And I think I have a cool perspective, a powerful perspective as being the son who watched their mom die, right? And watched all these things, right? Change in her life from a negative pattern. I hope and pray that me sharing my mom's story ad nauseum, I want people to get sick of it, because it's like a legacy that I get to carry with my mom. I'm getting off topic here, but it's kind of funny, guys. I ran a gym. I worked with college athletes. I've worked with business owners. That's not where my heart's at. My heart is to serve the mom that right now is not going to the gym, right? My heart right now is to serve the mom that's just not even putting themselves first, that knows deep down inside that, like, she's suffering a little bit, but she's like afraid to say it out loud because she has some guilt, right? Jamie, thank you so much for your kind words, right? Like, that's where my heart's at. And it's funny, God just sends me those moms. And what's funny, guys, is before my mom passed away, I didn't realize this, okay? Our coaching community was almost full of women like this. And I never once talked about helping mom. I just, make content and people come into the community. And when I lost mom, God showed me hey, you might not have been able to help her, but here's all these women that you get to pour into and help, and I've just made it my mission, it's because I know what you guys struggle with so much. And it's funny because obviously I'm not a mom. I'm not a mom over 45 who raised kids. I got a dog and a cat, but I was so close to my mom for so long and saw her deteriorate. And I knew exactly how we could help her. So I just hope and pray that as Kingdom First continues to evolve, that we do have this profound impact on the world globally with this specific person, right? I know Jamie and Amanda's in here. There's probably some other clients that's bouncing in and out, but y'all have similar thought patterns. These problems that I just went over, guys, right? I'm going to run through them real quick again. Problem number one, you know what to do. You just can't stick to it. Right? You know what to do. You know to eat healthier. You know to move your body, but you can't stick to it. Okay. Problem number two, you're trying to lose weight the same way you did when you were in your 20s and 30s by eating almost nothing and trying to do a bunch of cardio or something. Right. Problem number three, you think fat loss means eating less and less. It's not true. You skip breakfast, you have a tiny salad at lunch, and then you're emotional eating by the end of the day. Problem number four, all or nothing. Monday through Thursday, you crush it, then you fall off on the weekends. Problem number five, right? Putting yourself first feels selfish. Right? Some of you guys are probably listening to this like, how is Trey in my head? Right? It's because I know you guys so well because of my mom and the story. And that's why, I made this reel the other day. This isn't just content to me, Like I have this deep burning desire inside of me to help as many of you guys as possible. And I mean that, whether it's through free content or coaching, right? The truth is most people are going to need coaching and support, right? But if it's just through the free content, that's cool too. I post 6 pieces of content every day, 7 days a week, guys. 7 days a week. I don't think people have any idea how much time that takes me throughout the week to ideate that content, film that content, edit that content, and then put it up. And then now I'm back to doing podcasts and lives again. So throw that on top of it because I truly want to help. I want you to be able to come to my page, get all the results without even needing us, right? And then be like, wow, if that's what he can do for us for free, what does like coaching look like? What does community look like, right? Which rolls me into this next piece, okay? Let's talk about the Kingdom First method. So what do we actually do differently inside Kingdom First? Number one is we don't start with your calories, cardio, or even the scale. We start with your identity, okay? Because if we change what you do without addressing who you believe you are and why you're doing this, eventually it's very easy to return to the same behaviors. This is why people lose weight and gain it all back. Step one is identity first, okay? Before I care about your nutrition, your training, we have to get crystal clear on who you're becoming and what you're stewarding this body for. Because your goal is not to lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pounds, right? Maybe you're getting healthy because you want to be the grandmother who can get off the floor and play with their grandchildren, right? Maybe you want to travel with your husband when you're 70, man, you're retired and like you want to have a fruitful retirement. Maybe God has put something on your heart that's going to require energy, strength, and endurance. Maybe you simply want to wake up every morning knowing you're taking care of what God entrusted to you. Guys, do you see how that's completely different from I hate my body, so I need to lose weight? Drop a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, right? We move women away from punishment towards purpose, right? Your body isn't your identity, but how you steward your body should flow from your identity, right? So we establish that first. Because when your reason becomes bigger than the number on the scale, then your decisions can start changing. Step 2, we build nutrition around you, okay? Your body, your goals, your schedule, your food preferences, your family, your lifestyle, right? And one of the things that I teach all the time is how to stay full while losing body fat. Hey, Amanda's one of my clients, one of our clients in Kingdom First. We had a whole call the other day talking about how she can stay full and continuously lose body fat, right? I'm super passionate about that, guys, because if you didn't know, I was overweight most of my life. I'm a fat kid. People see me now and they're like, man, Trey was probably in great shape his whole life. No, I wasn't. I had to master how to stay full and lose weight. I don't want you surviving on tiny salads and barely eating. So we're going to teach you how to strategically choose foods that give you more volume, more protein, more fiber, and more satiety. And honestly, a lot of women that come into our community off the get-go are shocked by how much food they actually eat while losing fat. My goal is not to see how little you can eat, okay? We are teaching you how to eat intelligently so you can lose body fat while fueling your body, supporting your training, and building a healthier, more sustainable metabolism and relationship with food, okay? Step 3, we strength train, guys. If you guys didn't see the reel I did the other day talking about what happens to our muscle as you age, is super important. I'm not just trying to make you smaller. We're trying to make you stronger, especially as you move through your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Okay, muscle, write this down. Muscle is the fountain of youth. You want strong legs, strong hips, strong bones, strong backs, and a capable body because we're not training you for the next vacation. We are preparing you we're preparing your body for the next several decades of your life. Step 4. We got to increase your daily movement, okay? What does that mean? I don't need you to become a marathon runner, okay? If you want to, that's cool too. We got some of those in the community, which is awesome. For most women, the most powerful tool we have is simply getting you moving more. Walking, steps, getting outside, moving your body. Instead of trying to destroy yourself with cardio 3 days a week and barely moving the other 4, we create sustainable movement, okay? Every single day. Step 5, we create accountability. Hey, information isn't your biggest problem, guys. You can Google a meal plan. You can find a workout online. You can follow me on social media. I post 6 times a day, every day. Okay. You already know chicken has protein in it, but knowing isn't the same thing as executing. That's why you have coaching. When life gets hard, we're there. When the scale doesn't move, we're there. When you travel, we're there. When motivation disappears, we're there. When something isn't working, we adjust it. You don't have to figure out alone anymore. Okay. When I say we're there, I mean the entire community, right? Anybody that's in our community knows it's on fire, especially right now with Miss Laura being the community manager. She's crushing it, right? Your environment will shape what you become, 100%. I want you guys to think out into the world for a second, okay? We're going to play a game. Where at in the world are you around people who focus on developing spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally? I don't know of anywhere. That's why Kingdom First exists. Hey, I belong to an amazing church. Okay, we're actually trying to start a health and fitness ministry inside that church because health and fitness is overlooked, right? You have to get around people who are doing all those things if you actually want to transform your life. Step 6, we build everything around your real life. This might be the most important pieces for long-term success. I don't want to give you a plan that only works when life is perfect, guys. I want a plan that works on Tuesday when your kids need something, your husband wants to go to dinner, work ran late, and you're exhausted. Vacations happen, birthdays happen, restaurants happen, holidays happen, stress happens, and life happens. So instead of asking you to build your entire life around fitness, we build fitness into the life God has already given you. That's the Kingdom First method. Identity, nutrition, strength, movement, accountability, in real life. And everything starts with this one question if you're taking notes. Who has God called you to become, and what kind of physical capacity will help you faithfully carry that calling? I'm going to say that again. Who has God called you to become, and what kind of physical capacity will help you faithfully carry that calling? And I got off track here, but some of you guys just jumped in. Like, I need you to understand why I'm so passionate about this. This is not about calories to me, okay? This is literally after watching my mom struggle so bad with her health. There are conversations with her I wish I could still have. There are things I wish she could see. There are people in my life now I wish she could meet. I can't change that, right? I can't change any of that. But just maybe I can help change yours. Maybe I can help another mom become stronger. Maybe another son gets 10 years with his mom. Maybe another daughter gets more years with their mom. Maybe another family gets a healthier grandmother. That's why when I talk about health, I take it seriously. Hey, maybe another mom gets to meet the person that their son marries in 10 years, right? This is not about losing 20 pounds to me. There are people praying you stay around for a long time. Do you guys hear me? Moms, grandmothers, you guys, there are people right now praying for your health to be there when they have grandkids or when they get married or insert anything, right? And I want you physically capable of enjoying those years when they come. So here's my challenge for you, okay? Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop saying, like, after this busy season, after vacation, after the holidays, when work slows down, when the kids need me less. That's a classic one. Because here's what I've learned. Life doesn't magically become convenient. At some point, you have to decide, my health matters enough to put it on the calendar, right? If you're a Christian woman, 45 plus, and you're listening to this thinking, Trey, I don't need another diet. I need somebody to actually build the plan for me and help me follow it. That's exactly what myself and my team does. We help you establish the identity. We build your nutrition. We build your training. We create your movement targets, and we help you navigate your real life. And we give you accountability. And we teach you how to become the woman who doesn't have to start over every January. If you are serious about wanting to make that change, if you're serious, if not, this is not a sales pitch. But if something I said today spoke something into you, and you're like, man, I have to get off this roller coaster and vicious cycle, and I'm serious about changing my health, you can send me a message with the word kingdom privately, and my team will get back to you. We'll talk with you. We'll learn where you're at. We'll learn where you want to go. I'll get on a call with you, and we'll walk through all this, okay, on a Zoom call. And if you're a good fit to help, we'll talk about what it looks like from an investment sake. If not, I'm just going to give you value, and we're going to pray together, girl. So either way, we're praying together. All right, and that's what fires me up. And whether you work with us or not, I want you leaving this live remembering one thing, okay? You spent years taking care of everybody else. Taking care of yourself now doesn't mean you love them less. It may be one of the greatest ways you can actually love them longer. And your health isn't your identity. Your body isn't your God. But this body is the vessel through which you're going to live, love, serve, lead, and carry out the calling God has placed upon your life. So I suggest that you steward it accordingly to that. If you guys have any questions, I'll be glad to hang out. That didn't take me as long as I thought. Normally I get on here and I ramble for a long time. You also know what I just noticed? That's hilarious. I never press record on my podcast, so the podcast didn't even record. That is hilarious. What's up, Rhonda? We got the Facebook chat going on. Rhonda said, do it, it's worth it. What's up, TJ? Rhonda's a new member in the chat. She's on Facebook. That is hilarious, guys. Wow. I just recorded a whole podcast and I didn't hit record. That's hilarious. Let's see. Hopefully it did. Maybe something weird happened. You guys got any questions, comments, concerns, anything that I can do? Yeah, it definitely didn't record. That's hilarious. I love that. Way to go. That just means I got to refilm it another day. Questions, comments, concerns. I got like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll hang out, answer anything. Shout out to you, Rhonda, Amanda, Jamie. All the clients have jumped in here. That is a little disappointing that I didn't record that as a podcast, but at least I got it live for you guys. So Laura put squirrel in the chat. Yep, 100%. I was like, I got to get the podcast back rocking and rolling. And here we are. I just filmed dude, the worst, you know what? This could have been a lot worse, those guys. Could have been so much worse. I could have done that not on live and not recorded the podcast. So at least people still get value from it because I'm going to leave this up on my social media platforms. So that'll be good. But yeah, nobody's got any questions. Everybody's good. Anything I can do to support you? Your chance to pick my brain. Ask me any question you want. If not, I'm going to wrap this bad boy up, go grab some lunch, move my body real quick, and then park myself back here. How long is your program, Priscilla? That's a great question. So we do either a 6-month or a 12-month. So you do a 6-month or a 12-month. And full transparency, like I have clients that I've had for 7 years. Like Rhonda said, I felt mom guilt so badly. My life was dedicated to my kids and my husband and my job. Rhonda, I get it. Rhonda, I bet Rhonda's one of our newest clients. She's been with us a little over a month, I believe, maybe going on 2 months now. I remember our phone call, Rhonda. You know, it's funny because the women that I talk to, it's just like, I can pretty much tell you what's going on in your head. Not because I'm a mind reader, okay? Like I said, because I watched my mom live it. Like, and I've just fully accepted that God, like that's who God wants me to serve and help, right? Through Kingdom First. Is like, Trey, you know these people so well. Like just pour into these people with your content, with your lives, with the podcast, with the community. Yeah. So 6 or 12 months, Priscilla. Any other questions? Also, Diet cherry limeade from Sonic. Absolute best in the entire world. Oh, I'm going to give it 4 more minutes. I'm going to hang out till 12:40. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for asking the question. I'll hang out for a couple minutes. And then if no questions, I'm going to eat some lunch, get out of my little office/cave here for 30 minutes, and then back at it. Back at it. Hard one for me to realize. Never miss a comment. Sweet. Awesome. Hey guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm so glad that this was live and you guys got to actually get to absorb this content, because I did not record the podcast, which just means I'm going to have to redo it. But when I redo it, I'll probably not do it on live because you guys have already heard this. So all that said, I hope you guys, Laura said, I can tell you your 6 to 12 months will turn into 1 or 2 more years. Yeah, Laura, I think Laura signed up initially for 6 months. She's like, I'm pretty sure paid up for like 2 years or something. I don't even know. I lost track. Good thing we got it in the system. Yeah, man. So many of our like clients, they're like Amanda, Carol, Chrissy, Kim. They're literally all Laura. I know they're all paid up until like the end of 2027, which is so cool because of what God will do in this community. I sometimes sit around and I think, I'm like, what's this thing look like a year or 2 from now? It's so cool, because it's changed so much in the last year, And me as the owner, I'm just fully surrendered to Jesus. I'm just like, whatever you want this thing to turn into, God, I don't know. Whatever you want this thing to turn into, God, the message you put on my heart, I'll share. And we'll keep moving the needle forward. So all that said, everybody good? I appreciate you guys. I love you all. I hope this message sparks something inside of you guys, whether you work with us or not. I genuinely want to help you change your life. And I really hope this woke something up inside of you. Okay. Everybody have an amazing day. I am going to be going back to lives at lunchtime. So I'm doing lunchtime lives again, which I'm super excited about. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for another lunchtime live, as long as I'm back from the meeting with the church that I have.